I am the Maze Master, coming to you from the Iron Realm. As you know, the Iron Realm is a cut above the rest, in that the Iron Realm gives you the chance to take the options in the form of gaming aids, assemble them to your liking, and run your own unique solitaire game in the endless maze at the end of time. Friend and patron to the show, TarakaDark has done a review of the Iron Realm Maze Masters series, selecting his choices for the gaming aids options he is to use in his own dungeon delve. Take a look at what he's done and get inspired for your own game. TarakaDark, thank you for your review of the Maze Masters series and for showing off everything that you've done to prepare for your next delve in the Iron Realm.
Hey, Maze Master Abel, John Holes here. Wanted to just show you what I did to prepare to take a tribe through the story of what happens after Amazar and Bardar and three girls get away from, where they were getting attacked by the wraiths. And, this is to have a more organic background for them when they appear in Winland's Tale. And so anyway, I went to FedEx and got another nice copy. I will remark that if you ever do a Kickstarter, you have to come up with some sort of binding system, because I can foresee that no matter who's playing, they're going to want to customize things in a certain way. So I've started out here with a tribe tracker for this tribe of Amazar and Bardar and everybody. And then a character record for the different people in the party, like Fighter, Tormaeus. I'm going to have one character sort of like the viewpoint character. And it will be a new character. And I guess we've got a little bit of glare here. It's between light and shadow, here we are. Okay, so the character that's viewpoint character, I gave him a couple extra things like backstory, and then for all the other characters like Bardar and Amazar and Tormaeus and so forth, the three girls, I have the character records from the tribe guide. And you can see here I've kind of put stuff in an order that seemed to make the most sense with where I was going with everything. So what do we got here? Oh, adventure notes. I went and alternated the adventure notes and facts of importance pages. To me, it made more sense to alternate them in the sense of having, a person might want to make notes about both things, and so it made sense to kind of put them together in the book. And a couple of things, you could do it on one or the other, like strategies, for example. So having 2 pages as an option, maybe, if the one page is filling up, then they can use the other page. And so a few of those, and you'll see here I've used some of your artwork to kind of keep dividers to keep track of where I am in the game. So here I have a villain section. You can see my villain is going to be a woman for this section of the maze, with backstory and their lair. And I decided to, I think these pages, I don't know if they were together in the book or one was on the back of it. But anyway, they're together here. And then we have another tribe tracker for whoever the villain has been. And then we got a traps and creatures section. So we got the, where you got your different creatures laid out, and then creature profiles. I did a similar alternation here where some of the creatures I included the tribe page, and some I didn't. So that way, some creatures probably have tribes, some probably don't. And so, again, I was trying to think this all through ahead of time to have it feel the most logical that I could. So, creatures, I liked how in your dungeon book, you know, you got 20 on one page and then 100 on the other, rather than being next to each other. So I kept that. Traps, I noticed there's no 100-page traps, so I ended up having to use an artwork from the back of the Solitaire Essentials guide there. But you'll see here again, I'm using dividers that allow me to keep everything categorized. Here's the treasures. I used your new page from the treasure trove that has the blank categories. We got the treasure detailer, the treasure chart, the bigger treasure detailer, and then we got a time tracking section in here, in addition to the calendar and the time tracker. I alternated. I put the night watch in here for each night, so every day has a time tracker and one of these. And so again, trying to have stuff be arranged to the best. So that's why, you know, I'm saying that if you ever did a Kickstarter for these products, you might want a binder, simply because then people could add or remove pages they needed to. The trouble then is deciding whether, you know, what do you want on the back of a page, because obviously if one section ends at a certain spot and you have something else starting, you know, and then you want to move the page somewhere else, it might not be the most convenient. So sometimes it's best to just have the same thing on both sides. You'll see here that in the time tracking I actually put the combat tracker, and that was simply to probably handle the dividers, whoever they're set up. Most of them I pulled from, maybe all of them, but I think just most of them I pulled from your dungeon book, dungeon guide. And so that way, because that seemed to have the most logical flowing of dividing categories. So here we got the dungeon maze overview, immersive elements of 20 and 100. And I wanted to have a territory inside the dungeon maze, so I have the territory page after, although I know that's yet as sort of as a bigger chunk of region in the world building section of the role playing guide. And then we got the key locale. I only got one of those. You know, I'm trying to just use as many pages as I can in this first foray into using all these together. You know, my goal was to try to use as much as possible, kind of have the best. Come up with experience, and then maybe I should have had more marching orders. I don't know, but I ended up retaining a few tactics grids that I thought I might need. I might come up with some sort of system where I put stickers on these pages for my miniatures, because if I'm lugging this book around, I don't have miniatures on me. I could still have little token-style movement pieces that are stuck to the pages somehow. I can come up with the right kind of adhesive. And a few of these I alternated, I like the lining up of the pages, so I did that. But essentially, I got all the tactics grids, and that's pretty much it. And I kept the last inner page of the dungeon book, so that way I do this rather than having the original back of the books, because they're all the same. This way, if I happen to have this book laying this way, I know which book this is for once I have a bazillion of these. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be sending this right over to you as soon as I get a chance. Enjoy!
To start your own unique mega dungeon adventure in the Iron Realm, search on the Iron Realm at DriveThruRPG.com and take your choice of books from the Maze Masters series, such as Treasure Trove, Tribe Creation, Creature Creation, Solitaire Role-Playing, and more. I'll see you in the maze. This is your Maze Master, signing off from the deepest reaches of the Iron Realm.